Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Merit Academy's production of The Diary of Anne Frank. We would like to remind you to be seated throughout the first and second act. It will be very distracting to the cast and audience to come and go during the production. Please turn off your cell phones. The emergency exits are to your right, towards the back, on the right and left side of the stage. The restrooms are down the hall next to the water fountain. Please keep the wrappers of your concessions quiet when eating during the show. There will be a 15-minute intermission. For more information about Anne and her friends, visit www.annefrank.org. And now, Merit Academy Theatre presents The Diary of Anne Frank.
Right, Mr. Frank.
Yes, me. Yes.
Everyone in the office has gone home. It's after 6. Don't stay up here, Mr. Frank. What's the use of torturing yourself like this?
I've come to say goodbye. I'm leaving here, me.
What do you mean? Where are you going? Where?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
Mr. Frank, you can't leave here. This is your home. Amsterdam is your home. Your business is here waiting for you. You're needed here. Now that the war is over,
I can't stay in Amsterdam, me. It has too many memories for me. Everywhere there's something. The house we lived in. School, even the children playing out there. I'm not the person you used to know me. I'm a bitter old man. Forgive me. I shouldn't speak to you like this. Not after all you did for us. The suffering.
No. No, it wasn't suffering. You can't say we suffered.
I know what you went through. You and Mr. Crawler. I'll remember it as long as I live. Come, me.
Mr. Frank, did you see? There are some of your papers here. I found found them in a heap of rubbish on the floor after you left.
Burn them.
But Mr. Frank, there are letters, notes.
Burn them. All of them.
And this?
On this diary. Monday, the 6th of July, 1942. 1942? Is it possible, me? Only 3 years ago. Dear Diary, as you and I are going to be great friends, I'll start by telling you about myself. My name is Anna Frank. I am 13 years old. I was born in Germany, the 12th of June, 1929. As my family is Jewish, we immigrated to Holland when Hitler came to power. My father started a business, importing spice and herbs. Things went well for us, until 1940. Then the war came, and the Dutch defeat, followed by the arrival of the Germans. Then things got very bad for the Jews.
You cannot do this, and you cannot do that. They forced Father out of his business. We had to wear yellow stars. I had to turn in my bike. I couldn't go to a Dutch school anymore. I couldn't go to the movies, or ride in an automobile, or even on a streetcar, and a million other things. But somehow, we children still managed to have fun. Yesterday, Father told me we were going into hiding, but where he wouldn't say. At 5 o'clock this morning, Mother woke me and told me to hurry and get dressed. I was to put on as many clothes as I could. It would look too suspicious if we walked along carrying suitcases. It wasn't until we were on our way that I learned where we were going. Our hiding place was to be upstairs, in the building where Father used to have business. 3 other people were coming in with us, the Van Dans and their son Painter. Father knew the Van Dans, but we had never met them.
Something's happened to Sam. I know it.
Now, Kelly,
Mr. Frank said they'd be here at 7 o'clock. He said
they have 2 miles to walk. You can't
they've
expect...
been picked up. That's what's happened. They've been taken.
You see?
Mrs. Van Daan, Mr. Van Daan. There are too many green police on the streets. We have to take the long way around.
Anna?
My wife, Edith. Mr. Van Daan, Mrs. Van Daan, their son Peter, and my daughters Margit and Anna.
I'm sorry there's still so much confusion.
Oh, please, don't think of it. After all, we'll have plenty of leisure to arrange everything ourselves.
Anna, I hung up some of your favorite pictures. Mrs. Frank, I put the stores of food you sent up there, and I made up the bed for where Mr. Frank and Mr. Collis are. Oh, here these are. They belong in the kitchen, and the rest of your linens are over there.
Oh, thank you, me.
Forgive me, I have to hurry. I've got to go to the other side of town to pick up some ration books for you.
Ration books. If they see our names on ration books, they'll know we're here.
Don't worry, your names won't be on them. I'll be up later.
Thank you, me.
It's illegal, Sen. It's ration books. We've never done anything illegal before.
We won't be living exactly according to regulations here.
This isn't the black market, Mrs. Frank. This is what we call the white market. Helping hundreds and hundreds who are hiding out in Amsterdam.
There's the restaurant.
I should be downstairs and in the office before the workmen arrive. Meep, or I, or both of us will be up each day to bring you food and news and find out what your needs are.
Thank you.
I need to get you a new boat for the door at the foot of the stairs. It needs a boat you can throw yourselves, but only at our signal. You'll tell them about the noise?
Yes, I'll tell.
Thank you.
How can we thank you?
I never thought I'd live to see the day when a man like Mr. Frank would have to go into hiding. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Crowley.
I'll return again after the workmen leave.
Of course.
Thank you.
What did he mean about the noise?
First, let's take off some of these clothes.
It's a wonder that we weren't arrested just walking along the streets. Petronella with the coat in July. When that caterpillar was crying all the way.
A cat? Anna? Anna, please!
It's fine, I've got on 3 more.
Anna Margit, when you're done, come in here, please. Now, about the noise. For the men on the building below, we must have complete quiet. Every sound can be heard down there. Not only in the workrooms, but in the offices too. The men come about 8:30 and leave about 5:30. So to be perfectly safe, from 8 in the morning until 6 in the evening, we must move only when necessary, and then in stockinged feet. We must not speak above a whisper. We must not run any water. We cannot use the sink, or even, forgive me, the WC. The pipes go down to the workrooms. It would be heard. No trash must ever be thrown out, which might. It's all right. It's all right. We're safe. As I was saying, no trash must ever be thrown out, which might reveal that someone is living here. Not even a potato pear. Everything must be burned in the stove at night. This is the way that we must live until it is over, if we are to survive.
Until it is over.
After 6, we can move about. We can talk, laugh, have our supper, read and play games, just as we would at home. Now, I think it would be wise if we all went to our rooms and were settled before 8 o'clock. Mrs. Van Dant, you and your husband will be upstairs. I regret that there's no room in there for Peter, but he'll be in the attic, near you. This will be our common room, where we'll meet to talk, eat and read, like one family.
And where do you and Mrs. Frank sleep?
This room is also our bedroom.
That
It's
isn't
your
right.
place.
We'll sleep down here and you take the room upstairs.
Please, I've thought this out for weeks. It's the best arrangements. The only arrangements.
Never can we thank you. I don't know what would have become of us if it hadn't been for Mr. Frank.
Please, you don't know how your husband helped me when I came to this country. Knowing no one, not even able to speak the language. I can never repay him for that. May I help you with your things?
No, no. Come along, Livia. Oh.
You'll be all right, Peter? You're not afraid?
Please, mother! You too must get some rest, Dave. You didn't close your eyes last night. Nor you, Mark.
I slept, Father. Wasn't that funny? I knew it was the last night in my own bed. And yet I slept soundly.
I'm glad, Anna. Now you'll be able to help me straighten things in here. Come with me. You two can rest in here for the time being.
You're sure? I could help, really. And Anna hasn't had her milk yet.
I'll give it to her. Anna, Peter, it's best you take off your shoes now, before you forget.
Now, Anna, you're sure you're not tired?
I feel fine. I'm going to help Father.
Otto, here is her milk.
Thank you.
Peter, I'm glad you are to be with us.
Yes, Mrs. Frank.
What's your cat's name?
Mushi.
Mushi. Mushi. I love cats. I have one. A darling little cat. But they made me leave her behind. I left some food and a note for the neighbors to take care of her. I'm going to miss her terribly. What's yours? Him or her?
He's a Tom. Doesn't like strangers.
Then I'll have to stop being a stranger, won't I? Is he fixed?
Huh?
Did you have him fixed?
No.
Oh, you ought to have him fixed. To keep him from fighting. Where did you go to school?
Jewish secondary.
But that's where Margaret and I go. I never saw you around.
I used to see you. Sometimes.
Did?
In the schoolyard. But you were always in the middle of a bunch of kids.
Why didn't you ever come over?
I'm sort of a lone wolf.
What are you doing?
Taking it off?
But you can't do that. They'll arrest you if you go out without your star.
Who's going out?
Why, of course. You're right, of course we don't need them anymore. Here. I wonder what our friends will think when we don't show up today.
I didn't have any dates with anyone.
Oh, I did. I had a date with Yopi this afternoon to go play ping pong at her house. Do you know Yopi Duval?
No.
Yopi's my best friend. I wonder what she'll think when she telephones and there's no answer. Probably she'll go up to the house. I wonder what she'll think. We left everything as if we'd suddenly been called away. Breakfast dishes in the sink, beds not made. Look, it's still there. What are you doing with yours?
Burning it.
It's funny. I can't throw mine away. I don't know why.
You can't throw? Something they branded you with. Something they made you wear so they could spit on you.
I know. I know, but after all, it is a Star of David. Isn't it?
Maybe it's different for a girl.
Forgive me, Peter, but we must find a bed for your cat. I'm glad you brought your cat. Anna was feeling so badly about hers. Oh, here we are. Will it be comfortable in this?
Yes.
And here's your room. Now, I warn you, Peter. You can't grow any more. Not an inch, or you'll have to sleep with your feet at the skylight. Are you hungry?
No.
We have some bread and butter.
No, thank you.
You can have it for lunch and then. And tonight we'll have a real supper. Our first supper together.
Thanks. Thanks.
That's a nice boy, Peter.
He's awfully shy, isn't he?
You'll like him, I know.
I certainly hope so, since he's the only boy I'm likely to see for months.
Anna, that box there. Will you open it? This one right here.
You know the way I'm going to think of it here? I'm going to think of it as a boarding house. A very peculiar summer boarding house. Like the ones that we... Father, my movie stars. Was wondering where they were. When Queen Wilhelmina. How wonderful.
There's something more. Go on, look further.
A diary? I've never had a diary. I've always longed for one. Pencil. Pencil. Here, I'm going down to the office to get a pencil.
Anna, no.
But there's no one in the building now.
It doesn't matter. I don't want you ever to go beyond that door.
Never? Not even at nighttime when everyone's gone? Or on Sundays? Can't I go down to listen to the radio?
Never. I'm sorry, Annika. It isn't safe. No, you must never go beyond that door.
I see.
It'll be hard, I know. But always remember this. There are no walls, no bolts, no locks that anyone can put on your mind. People bring us books. We'll read history, poetry, mythology. Here's your milk. As a matter of fact, Anna, between us, being here has certain advantages for you. You remember that battle you had with your mother the other day on the subject of overshoes? You said you would rather die than wear overshoes. But in the end, you had to wear them. Well, now, as long as we're here, you will never have to wear overshoes. Isn't that good? And that coat you inherited from Margit, you won't have to wear that. And the piano, you won't have to practice on the piano. I tell you, this is going to be a fine life for you.
I thought I better get some food for Mushi before
Of course.
I expect I should be describing what it feels like to go into hiding. But I really don't know yet myself. I only know it's funny never to be able to go outdoors, never to breathe fresh air, never to run and shout and jump. It's the silence in the nights that frightens me the most. Every time I hear a creak in the house or a step on the street outside, I'm sure they're coming for us. The days aren't so bad. At least we know that Meep and Mr. Crawler are down there below us in the office. Our protectors, we call them. I asked Father what would happen to them if the Nazis found out they were hiding us. Him said that they would suffer the same fate that we would. Imagine! They know this, and yet they come up here. They're always cheerful and gay as if there nothing is about to bother them. Friday, the 21st of August, 1942. Today, I'm going to tell you our general news. Mother is unbearable. She insists on treating me like a baby, which I loathe. Otherwise, things are going better. The weather is...
It's safe now. The last workman has left.
Wait! Anna! It's safe.
Have you seen my shoes?
Your shoes?
You've taken them, haven't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you're gonna be. Oh, you're gonna be sorry.
Anna!
Oh,
Paige, are you
wait till
alright?
I get you.
I'm waiting! Anna! Anna, don't! Anna, ow! Stop her! Ow! Paige, where are you going? Come dance with me.
I'm going to give Mushi his dinner.
Can I watch?
He doesn't like people around while he eats.
Paige, please.
No.
Anna, I think you shouldn't act that way with Peter. It's not dignified. Who cares if it's dignified? I don't want to be dignified. You complain I don't treat you like a grown-up, but when I do, you resent it. Only want some fun. Someone to laugh and clown with. After you sat still all day and hardly moved, you've got to have some fun. I don't know what's the matter with that boy.
You isn't used to girls. Give him a little time.
Time? Isn't 2 months time? I could cry. Come on, Margaret. Will you dance with me? Come on, please.
I'm sorry, Anna, but I have to have my supper.
You know we're going to forget how to dance. Then we get out. We won't remember a thing.
Next, Annika. Where's Peter?
Where would Peter be?
He hasn't finished his lessons yet. If his father catches him in there, this... Hello, Pooty.
Hello?
How are you?
Good.
Are you headed to the WC?
Yes.
Take your time. His father will kill him if he catches him in there with that cat and his work not done. Get him out of there, will you, Anna?
Peter!
What is it?
Your mother says to come out.
I'm giving Mushi his dinner.
You know what your father says.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, I haven't even looked at him since lunch.
I'm just telling you, that's all.
I'll feed him.
I don't want you in there.
Peter.
Give him his dinner and come right out. You hear?
Now, is that any way to talk to your little girlfriend?
Ugh, Mother, would you please stop saying that?
Oh, look at him, Blanche. Just look at him.
I'm not blessed. Just let me alone, will you?
He acts like it was something to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be ashamed of to have a little girlfriend.
You're crazy. She's only 13.
So what? And you're 16. Just perfect. Your father is 10 years older than I am. I warn you, Mr. Frank, if this war goes on much longer, you and I are going to be related.
Mazel tov.
I find out where Nick is. She's usually so prompt.
It's all right. They were on the other side of the street. We're safe.
Good evening, everyone. Forgive me if I don't stay. I have a friend waiting for me in there. My friend, Tom. Tomcat. Some people say that we look alike, but Tom has the most beautiful whiskers. And I, only a little fuzz. I'm hoping in time.
All right, Mrs. Quack Quack.
Peter!
I heard about you. How you talked so much in class, they started calling you Mrs. Quack Quack. How Mr. Smitter made you write a composition. Quack Quack, said Mrs. Quack Quack.
Well, go on. Tell them the rest. How it was so good. He read it all out to his class, and then read it to all his other classes.
Quack 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 Quack.
You are the most intolerable, insufferable boy I've ever met.
Oh, that's right, Annika. Give it to him.
Out of all the boys in the world, like I had to get locked up for someone like you.
Quack 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 Quack. And from now on, stay out of my room.
Anna, your hair. Goodness. You're wrong.
Malphite. Mother, please. You haven't the fever, have you?
No!
Anna, no. Don't do that. You know we can't call a doctor here, ever. There's only one thing we can do. Watch carefully. Prevent an illness before it comes. Come on, let me see your tongue.
Mothers, this is perfectly absurd.
Don't be such a baby. Let me see your tongue. Otto,
Listen to your mother, Anna.
come on. Open up. You see Malphite, but perhaps an aspirin.
Oh, for heaven's sake, don't give that child any pills. I waited for 15 minutes this morning for her to come out of the WC.
I was washing my hair.
I think there's nothing the matter with that Anna that ride on her bike or a visit with Yopi the Walk couldn't cure. Isn't that so, Anna?
Mir bleibt. Mir bleibt come yet?
The workman just left a little while ago.
What is for dinner tonight?
Beans.
Not again.
Oh, poor Pooty, I know. But what can we do? That's all that me brought us.
Beans! We are now in what is known as the bean cycle. Beans boiled, beans and casserole, beans with long strings, and beans without strings.
I saw you in there playing with the cat again.
He was only in there for a moment, putting his coat away. He's been active the whole time, doing his lessons.
You got an excellent in your history paper today, Anna. And very good in Latin.
How about algebra?
I have to make a confession. Up until now, I managed to stay ahead of you in algebra, but today you've caught up with me. We'll leave it to Margaret to correct.
Isn't algebra vile, Pim?
Vile.
How did I do? Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Come on, Anna.
You should have used the subjunctive here.
Should I? Well, I thought.
Mrs. Van Dyne,
Look here, I didn't use it.
may I try on your coat?
Anna, no.
It's all right, but careful visit. My father gave me this a year before he died, and he always bought the best that money could buy.
So comfy. Mrs. Van Dyne, did you have a lot of boyfriends before you were married?
Anna, that's a personal question. It's not courteous to ask personal questions.
Oh, I don't mind. Our house was always swarming with boys. When I was a girl, we had...
Not again.
Shut up! One summer, we had a big house in Hilversum. The boys came buzzing around like bees around a jam pot. And when I was 16, we were wearing our skirts very short those days, and I had good-looking legs. I still do. I may not be as pretty as I used to be, but I still have my legs. How about it, Mr. Franck?
All right. Caesar.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking Mr. Franck.
Please, mother.
Oh, I embarrass you, do I? Well, I just hope the girl you marry has as good. My father used to worry about me with so many boys always hanging around. He told me if any of them gets fresh, you say to him, remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember, I'm a lady.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember, I'm a lady.
Look at you talking that way in front of her. Don't you know she's putting it all down in the diary?
Oh, so what if she does? I'm only telling the truth.
Patron, would you be kind enough to help me in the kitchen?
Yes. Haven't you finished your schoolwork yet?
No.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
All right. I'm a dunce. A hopeless case. Why do I go on?
You are not hopeless. Don't talk that way. You just haven't anyone to help you like the girls have. Maybe you could help him, Mr. Franck.
I'm sure that his father.
No, not me. I can't do anything with him. He won't listen to me. You go ahead if you want.
Well, How about it, Peter? Shall we make our school co-educational?
Oh, you're an angel, Mr. Frank. An angel. I don't know why I didn't meet you before I met Zat von Zer. Sit down, Mr. Frank.
I think it would be better if we went to Peter's room.
That's right, Peter. You go in there. You listen to Mr. Frank. Mr. Frank is a highly educated man.
Shush, I can hear a man's voice talking.
Isn't it bad enough in here without your sprawling all over the place?
Maybe if you didn't smoke so much, you wouldn't be so bad-tempered.
Am I smoking? Do you see me smoking?
Oh, don't tell me you've used up all the tobacco.
One package. Meep only brought me one package.
It's a filthy habit anyway. It's a good time to break yourself.
Oh, stop it, please.
You're smoking up all our money. You know that, don't you?
Will you shut up? And what are you staring at?
I never heard grown-ups quarrel before. I thought only children quarreled.
This isn't a quarrel, it's a discussion. And I never heard children be so rude before.
I rude. Anna, will you bring me my knitting? I must remember when Miep comes to ask her to bring me some more wool.
I need some hairpins and some soap. I made a list.
Anna, have you some library books for Miep when she comes?
It's a wonder that Meep has a life of her own. The way we make her run errands for us. Please, Meep, get me some starch. Please, take my hair out and have it cut. Tell me the latest news, Meep. Did you know she was engaged? His name is Dirk, and Meep's afraid the Nazis are going to ship him off to Germany to work at one of their war plants. That's what they're doing with some of the young Dutchmen. They pick them up off the streets.
Don't you ever get tired of talking? Suppose you were to try keeping still for 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes.
Anna, drink your milk.
Talk, talk, talk. I never heard such a child. Where is my... Every evening it's the same. Talk, talk, talk. There's
What are you looking for?
my pipe. Did you see my pipe?
What good's a pipe? You haven't any tobacco.
At least I'll have something to hold in my mouth. Margaret, did you see my pipe?
It was on the table last night.
I know. Anna, did you see my pipe? Anne?
Anna, Mr. Van Daan is speaking to you.
Am I allowed to talk now?
You are the most aggravating little... The trouble with you is you've been spoiled. What you need is a good old-fashioned spanking.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so. Remember, I'm a lady.
Why aren't you nice and quiet like your sister Margaret is? Why do you have to show off all the time? Let me give you a little advice, young lady. Men don't like that kind of thing in a girl. You know that? A man likes a girl who will listen to him once in a while. A domestic girl who keeps her house shining for her husband. Who loves to cook and sew and...
I'd cut my throat first. I'd open my veins. I'm going to be remarkable. I'm going to Paris
Paris?
to study music and art.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a famous dancer or singer or something wonderful.
Look what you've done, you clumsy little fool! My beautiful fur coat my father gave me!
I'm so sorry.
What do you care? It isn't yours. So go on, ruin it! Ruin it! Do you know what this coat cost? Do you? And now look at it! Look at it!
I'm really, really sorry. And it was only a little bit, so it...
I could kill you for this! I could just kill you!
Petronella, Olivia, come back! Who's the supper? Come back!
Anna, you mustn't behave that way.
It was an accident. Anyone can have an accident.
I don't mean that. I mean the answering back. You must not answer back. They are our guests. We must always show them the greatest courtesy. We're all living under terrible tension. That's why we must control ourselves. You don't see Margaret getting into arguments with some, do you? Watch Margaret. She's always courteous with them, never familiar. She keeps her distance, and they respect her for it. Try to be like Margaret.
And have them walk all over me. The way they do her. No sakes.
I'm not afraid anyone's going to walk all over you, Anna. I'm afraid for other people. That you will walk all over them. I don't know what happens to you, Anna. You're wild, self-willed. If I had ever talked to my mother as you talk
Things
to
have
me-
changed. People aren't like that anymore. Yes, mother. No, mother. Anything you say, mother. I've got to fight things out for myself. Make something of myself.
Is it necessary to fight to do it? Margaret doesn't fight and isn't
Margaret,
she-
Margaret. That's all I hear from everyone. How wonderful Margaret is. Aren't you more like Margaret?
Come on, Anna, don't be so...
Everything she does is right and everything I do is wrong. I'm the goat around here. You're all against me. And you. First of all.
It's not like that, Anna. Really.
Let's put the soup on the stove. If there's anyone who cares to eat.
I care.
Margaret, will you take the bread out?
Yes, Mother.
I don't know how we can go on living this way. I can't say a word to Anne or she flies at me.
You know, Anne, in half an hour, she'll be out here laughing and joking.
And I told your father it wouldn't work. But no, he had to ask them, he said. He owed it to them, he said. And now he knows I was right. These quarrels, these bickerings, these... Shush! Shush! Every time I hear that sound, my heart stops.
It's me. Father? It's me. She's here.
Thank you, Margaret. Has everyone his list?
I'll go get my books. Here's your list.
Thank you.
Anna, Meep's here.
Is it Meep?
Yes, Father's just gone down to let her in.
At last I'll have some tobacco.
Mr. Van Dam, I can't tell you how unhappy I am about Mrs. Van Dam's coat. Anna should never have touched it.
Oh, she'll be alright.
You sure? There's nothing that I can do?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Right. Mr. Cruller,
How are you, Mr. Collar?
This is a surprise?
when Mr. Cruller comes, the sun begins to shine.
Meep is coming.
Not today.
Would you like a cup of coffee? Or better still, will you stay for supper?
No, thank you.
Mr. Crawler has something to talk over with us. Something has happened, he says, which demands an immediate decision.
What is it?
Usually, when I come, I try to bring some bit of good news. What is the use in bringing you the bad when there's nothing you can do about it? But today, something has happened. Dirk, Meeps Dirk, you know, he came to me just now. He tells me he has a Jewish friend living near him, a dentist. He's in trouble. He begged me. Is there anything I could do for this man? Any place I could hide him? So, I've come to you. I know it is a terrible thing to ask, living as you are, but would you take him in with you?
Of course we will.
It'll only be for a night or two, until we can find some other place for him.
Where is he?
Downstairs in the office.
Good. Bring him up.
His name is Dussel. Jan Dussel.
Dussel. I think I know him.
I'll get him.
Forgive me, I spoke without consulting you, but I knew you'd feel as I do.
There was no reason for you to consult anyone. It is your place. You had the right to do exactly as you please. The only thing I feel is there's so little food as it is, and to take in another person?
We can stretch the food a little. It's only for a few days.
Want to make a bet?
I think it's fine to have him. But, Otto, where are we going to put him? Where?
He could have my bed. I could sleep on the floor. I wouldn't mind.
That's good of you, Peter, but your room's too small, even for you.
I have a much better idea on where he should sleep. I'll sleep here, in here with you and Mother, and Mr. Dussel can have my bed, and Margaret can go into Peter's room, and Peter can go in our room with Mr. Dussel.
That's right. We could do that.
No, Margaret. You mustn't sleep in that room. You know Anna. Mushi has caught some rats in there. Peter's brave. He doesn't mind.
Then how about this? I'll come here with you and Mother, and Mr. Dussel can have my bed.
No. Margaret will come in here with us, and Mr. Dussel can have her bed. It's the only way. Margaret, go get your things, and Anna, help her.
Why, Margaret? Why can't I come in here?
Because it wouldn't be proper for Margaret to sleep. Please, Margaret, or please, Anna, don't argue.
You don't mind sharing your room with Mr. Dussel, do you, Anna?
No. No, of course not.
Good. Where's the cognac?
It's upstairs. But Otto, I was saving it in case of illness.
I think we couldn't find a better time to use it. Peter, would you get 5 glasses for me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
What's going on? What's happening?
Someone is moving in with us.
In here? You're joking.
It's only for a night or two, until Mr. Carl finds him another place to stay.
Yeah.
Come in, Mr. Dussel.
This is Mr. Frank.
Mr. Otto Frank.
Yes, let me take your things. Careful. This is my wife, Edith. Mrs. Van Daan, Mr. Van Daan. My daughters, Margaret and Anna. And the Van Daan son, Peter.
Thank you, Mr. Frank. Thank all of you. Oh, there's Scott.
What can I say to thank you?
Meep and Mr. Crawler. They are our lifelines. Without them, we could not live.
Please. You make us seem very heroic. It's not that. We simply do not like the Nazis. We don't like their methods. We don't like anything about them.
I know. No one's going to tell us Dutchmen what to do with that damn Jews.
Oh, pay no mind to Mr. Frank. I'll be up again tomorrow to see that they're treating you right. Peter, will you get the door after me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Peter. I'll do it.
Well, goodbye then.
Goodbye, Mr.
Goodbye,
Carl.
Mr. Crawler.
Bye.
Bye, Mr. Crawler.
Take care of yourself. Please, Mr. Dussel, sit down.
I'm dreaming. I know it. I can't believe my eyes. Mr. Otto Frank, here. So you're not in Switzerland then? A woman told me. She said she'd gone by your house. The door was open. Everything was in disorder. Dishes in the sink. She said she found a piece of paper in your wastebasket with an address scribbled on it. An address in Zurich. She said you must have escaped to Zurich.
Foster puts that there purposely. Just so people would think that very thing.
And you've been here all this time?
All this time, ever since July. It worked. Pim's the address you left. Mr. Dussel says that people believe we escaped to Switzerland.
I'm glad, Hannah. Let's have a little drink to welcome Mr. Dussel.
Thank you.
We're very honored to have you with us. To Mr. Dussel.
To Mr. Dussel, welcome.
That was good.
Did Mr. Crawler warn you, Mr. Dussel, that you won't be getting much to eat here? You can imagine 3 ration books amongst the 7 of us, and you make 8.
Mr. Van Den, you don't realize what is happening outside that you should warn me of things like that. You don't realize what is going on. Right here in Amsterdam, every day, hundreds of Jews disappear. They surround a block and they search house by house. Children come back from school, so find their parents gone. Hundreds are being deported. People that you and I know. The Hallensteins, the Vessels.
No.
They get their call-up notice, come to the Jewish theater on such and such day and hour, only bring what you can carry in a rucksack. And if you refuse the call-up notice, then they come and they drag you from your home and ship you off to Mauthausen, the death camp.
We didn't know things had gotten so much worse.
Forgive me for speaking so.
Do you know the Devals? Do you know what's become of them? Said Dr. Yopi and I were in the same class. Yopi's my best friend.
They are gone.
Gone.
With all the others.
No. Not you.
There were some people that lived near us called Wagner.
I think we should put this off until later. We all have many questions we'd like to ask. But I'm sure Mr. Dussel would like to be settled before supper.
Thank you. I would. I brought very little with me.
I'm sorry we can't give you a room alone, but I hope you won't be too uncomfortable. We've had to make a strict set of rules here. A schedule of hours. We'll tell you after supper. Anna, would you take Mr. Dussel to his room?
If you'll come with me, Mr. Dussel.
Forgive me if I haven't really expressed my gratitude. To all of you, this has been such a shock to me. I always thought of myself as Dutch. I was born in Holland, my father was born in Holland, and my grandmother. And now, after all these years, if you'll excuse me.
Well, here we are.
The news sounds pretty bad, doesn't it? So different from what Mr. Crawler keeps telling us. Says things are improving out there.
I like it's better the way Crawler tells it.
You're going to be sharing Zoom with me.
Ooh, a man who's always lived alone. I haven't had to adjust myself to others, so I hope you'll bear with me until I learn.
Here, let me help you. Do you always live all alone? Have you no family at all?
No one.
How dreadful. You must be terribly lonely.
I'm used to it.
I don't think I could ever get used to it. Didn't you even have a pet? A cat or a dog?
Ooh, I have an allergy for fur-bearing animals. They give me asthma.
Oh dear, Peter has a cat.
Here. He has it here.
Yes, but we hardly ever see it. He keeps it up in his room all the time. I'm sure it will be all right.
Let us hope so.
This is Margaret's bed, where you're going to sleep. I sleep on the cot here. The best part about this room, you can look down, see a bit of the street, the canal. There's a houseboat. You can see the end of it. A bartman lives there with his family. They have a baby, and he's just beginning to walk. I'm so afraid he's going to fall in the canal someday. I watch him toddle across.
Your father spoke of a schedule?
Yes. It's mostly about the times we have to be quiet. And the times for the WC. You can use it now if you like.
No. No, thank you.
I suppose you think it's awful. My talking about a thing like that. But you don't know how important it can be. Especially when you're frightened. About this room. The way Margaret and I did, she had it to herself in the afternoon for studying, reading, lessons. You know. And I took it in the mornings. Would that be all right with you?
Oh, I'm not at my best in the mornings.
You take it in the mornings then. I'll come in here in the afternoons.
Tell me, when you're in here, what happens to me? Where am I spending my time? And then, with all the people.
Yes.
I see. I see.
We have supper at 6:30.
Then, if you don't mind, I'd like to lie down quietly for 10 minutes before eating. I find it helps the digestion.
Of course. I hope I won't be much of a bother to you. I seem to be able to get everyone's back up.
I always get along very well with children. My patients all bring their children to me because they know I get on well with them, so don't you worry about that.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dussel.
And yesterday, I finished Sissy Van Martelvelt's latest book. I think she's a first-class writer. I shall definitely let my children read her. Monday, the 21st of September, 1942. Mr. Dussel and I had another battle yesterday. Yes, Mr. Dussel. According to him, nothing, I repeat, nothing is right about me. My appearance, my character, my manners. While he was going on at me, I thought, someday I'll give you such a smack that you'll fly right up to the ceiling. Why is it that every grown-up thinks he knows the way to bring up children, particularly the grown-ups that never had any? I keep wishing Peter was a girl instead of a boy. Then I would have someone to talk to. Margaret's darling, but she takes everything too seriously. To pause for a moment, on the subject of Mrs. Van Daan, I must tell you that her attempts to flirt with father are getting her nowhere. Him, thank goodness, won't play.
Mr. Dussel, will you turn on the light, please? It's nothing, my darling. It was just a dream.
Something must be done about that child, Mrs. Frank. Yelling like that. Who knows but there's somebody out on the streets? She's endangering all our lives.
Oh, Anna, little Anna.
Every night she twists and turns. I don't sleep. I spend half my nights judging her, and now it's a nightmare.
You're here. Safe and free. Nothing has happened. Please, Mr. Dusher, go back to bed. Anna will be herself in a moment or two.
Thank you. But I'm going to the WC. The one place where there's peace.
What is it? What has happened?
A nightmare. She was having a nightmare.
I thought someone was murdering her.
Unfortunately, no.
Would you like some water? Was it a very bad dream? Perhaps if you told me.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Poor thing. Try to sleep, Sam. I'll sit right here beside you until you do.
You don't have to.
I'd like to. Very much. Really.
I'd rather you didn't.
Good night, Sam. You'll be all right, Sen? There's nothing that you want?
Will you please ask Father to come?
Yes, of course. She wants you.
Edith, dear.
It's all right. I thank God that she will turn to you when she needs comfort. Go to her, Otto. She is still shaking with fear. Go to her. She wants nothing of me. She leaned away when I turned down to kiss her.
It's a phase. You heard, Father. Most girls go through it. They turn to their fathers at this age. They give all their love to their fathers.
You weren't like this. You didn't shut me out.
She'll get over it. I know she will.
Go back to sleep, Anna. I'll be here.
Oh, Pim. I dreamt they came to get us. The Green Police. They broke down the door and grabbed me and started to drag me out the way they did Yopi.
I want you to take this pill.
What is it?
Something to quiet you. Would you like me to read to you for a while?
No. Just sit with me for a minute. Was I awful? Did I yell terribly loud? Do you think anybody outside could have heard?
No, no. Hush now. Try to relax.
I'm a terrible coward. I'm so disappointed in myself. I think I've conquered my fear. I think I'm really grown up. And then something happens. And I run to you like a baby. I love you, Father. I don't love anybody but you.
Annaline.
It's true. I've been thinking about it for a long time. You're the only one I love.
It's fine to hear you tell me that you love me, but I'd be much happier if you said you love your mother as well. She needs your help so much, Anna. Your love.
She doesn't understand me. Whenever I try to explain my views on life to her, she asks me if I'm constipated.
You hurt her very much just now. She's crying, Anna. She's in there crying.
I can't help it. Only told the truth. I didn't want her here. Hope him I was horrible, wasn't I? And the worst of it is, I can stand off and look at myself doing it and know that it's cruel. And yet I can't stop doing it. What's the matter with me? Tell me. Don't say it's just a phase. Help me.
There's so little that we can do as parents to help our children. All we can do is try to set a good example. Point the way. The rest you must do yourself, Anna. You must build your own character.
I'm trying. No, really, I am. Each night before I go to sleep, I think over all the things I did that day that were wrong. Like putting the bed mop here in Mr. Dussel's bed. And this thing now with Mother. I say to myself, that was wrong. I make up my mind. I'm never going to do that again. Never. Of course I may do something worse. But at least I'll never do that again. I have a nicer side.
Mother?
A sweeter, nicer side. But I'm scared to show it. I'm afraid that people are going to laugh at me if I'm serious. So the mean Anne comes to the outside. The bad Anne stays on the inside. Good Anne stays on the inside. Keep trying to switch them around and have the good Anne on the outside. The bad Anne on the inside. Be what I like to be. And I might be. Only.
The air raids are getting worse. They come over day and night. This noise is terrifying. Pym says it should be music to our ears. The more planes, the sooner will come the end of the war. Mrs. Van Daan pretends to be a fatalist. What will be, will be. But when the planes come over, who's the most frightened? No one else but Petronella. Monday, the 9th of November, 1942. Wonderful news. The Allies have landed in Africa. Pym said that we could look to an early finish to the war. Just for fun, he asked each of us what was the first thing we wanted to do when we got out of here. Mrs. Van Daan longs to be home with her own things. Her needlepoint chairs, her Bechstein piano her father gave her, the best that money could buy. Peter would like to go to a movie. Mr. Dussel wants to get back to his dentist drill. He's afraid he's losing his touch. For myself, there are so many things. To ride a bike again, to laugh till my belly aches, to have new clothes from the skin out, to have a hot tub filled to overflowing and wallow in it for hours, to be back in school with my friends.
you want any help, Mr. Frank?
Let's hope not. Praise be thou, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who hast sanctified us with thy commandments and bidden us kindle the Hanukkah lights. Praise be thou, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has wrought wondrous deliverances for our fathers in days of old. Praise be thou, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, that thou hast given us life and sustenance and brought us to this happy season. Amen.
Amen.
We kindle this Hanukkah light to celebrate the great and wonderful deeds brought through the zeal with which God filled the hearts of the heroic Maccabees 2,000 years ago. They fought against indifference, against tyranny and oppression, and they restored our temple to us. May these lights remind us that we should ever look to God, whence cometh our help. Amen.
Amen.
I lift up mine eyes unto the mountains, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. He that keepeth Israel doth neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall keep thee from all evil. He shall keep thy soul. The Lord shall guard thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and forevermore. Amen.
Amen.
That was very moving.
It isn't over yet.
Oh, sit down, sit down.
There's lots more. Songs and presents.
Presents?
Not this year, unfortunately.
But always on Hanukkah, everyone gives presents. Everyone.
Like I St. Nicholas Day.
No,
Not
not
quite.
like St. Nicholas Day. What kind of a Jew are you that you don't even know Hanukkah?
I remember particularly the candles. First one, as we have tonight, then the second night 2, and the next night 3, and so on until we have 8 candles burning. When there are 8 candles burning, it is truly beautiful.
And the potato pancakes.
Oh, don't talk about them.
I make the best latkes you've ever tasted.
Invite us all next year, in your own home.
God willing.
God willing.
What I remember best is the presents we used to get when we were little. 8 whole days of presents, and each day they got better and better.
All of us here, alive, that is present enough.
No, it isn't. I've got something.
What is it?
What could she have
I just
planned?
know I can never figure the child
Do
out.
you know anything about this?
Not at all.
Presents!
Oh,
The time!
Look! What has she got on her head? A lampshade.
There's every which way.
Here. This one's for Margaret. Read it out loud.
You have never lost your temper. You never will, I fear. You are so good, but if you should, put all your crosswords here. Oh, it's a new crossword puzzle book. Where did you ever get it, Anna?
It isn't new. It's fun that you've done. But I rubbed it all out. And if you wait a little and forget, you can do it all over again.
It's wonderful, Anna. Thank you. Never know it wasn't new.
Mrs. Van Daan?
Oh, this is awful. I haven't anything for anyone. I never thought.
This was all Anna's idea.
Oh. What is it?
It's hair shampoo. I mixed all the odds and ends of soap with the last of my toilet water.
Oh, Annika.
I wanted to write a poem for all of them, but I didn't have the time. Yours, Mr. Van Daan, is really something. Something you want more than anything. Look, tobacco.
Tobacco?
Yes,
Takes this.
Pim found some old pipe tobacco in the pocket lining of your coat, and we put it in here. Or rather, Pim did.
Oh, let me see. Look at that. Oh, light it, Pooty, light it.
It's tobacco. Really, it is. There's a little fluff in it. But not much.
Achoo! You're so tight.
Right, Mr. Van Daan?
Thank you, Annie, thank you.
Here. This next one is for Mother. Hanukkah greetings.
Anna, here is an IOU that I promise to pay. 10 hours of doing whatever you say. Signed Anna Frank. Oh, Anna.
10 hours of doing what you're told. Anything you're told.
That's right.
You wouldn't want to sell that, Mrs. Frank.
Never. This is the most precious gift I've ever had. Thank you, Anna.
This is for Mushi.
On behalf of Mushi, I thank you.
And this is for you. From Mrs. Quack Quack. Well, open it. Aren't you going to open it?
I'm afraid to. I know something's going to jump out and hit me.
It's nothing like that, really.
What is it, Peter? Go on, show it.
It's a safety razor.
Oh, what?
A razor.
You didn't make that out of odds and ends.
It isn't new. It's second hand. Meep got it for me. But you really do need a razor now.
For what?
Look on his upper lip. You can see the beginning of a mustache.
He wants to get rid of that? Put a little milk on it and let the cat lick it off.
You think you're funny, don't you?
Look, he can't wait. He's going in to try it.
I'm going to give Mushi his present.
Mushi, mushi, mushi.
For Pim.
Anna, I wasn't supposed to have a present.
It's a muffler. To put around your neck. Like an ascot. You know. I made it myself out of odds and ends. I knitted it in the dark each night after I'd gone to bed. I'm afraid it looks better in the dark.
It's fine. It fits me perfectly. Thank you, Anna.
Last, but never least, my roommate, Mr. Dussel.
For me? You have something for me?
I made them myself.
Capsules. 2 capsules.
They're earplugs
Earplugs?
to put in your ears so you won't hear me when I thrash around at night. I saw them advertised in a magazine. They're not real ones. I made them out of cotton and candle wax. Try them. See if they don't work. See if you can hear me.
Wait now until I get some in. So.
Are you ready?
Huh?
Are you ready?
Oh, good gracious, a gun inside. Get some out. Thank you, Han. Thank you.
Wasn't it beautiful?
It's a lot like a real handicap.
Oh.
I love my present, Anna.
And now let's have the Hanukkah song. Have you heard the Hanukkah song, Mr. Dussel? The song's the whole thing.
I'm afraid, Anna, we shouldn't sing that song tonight. It's a song of jubilation, of rejoicing. One is apt to become too enthusiastic.
Oh, please, please, let's have the song. I promise not to shout.
Very well, but quietly. Keep an eye on you. If we get too loud,
You! How many times I told you? Out! Out!
What is the matter with you? Haven't you any sense? Get the cat out of here.
Cat?
You heard me, get it out.
I have no cat.
Oh, Peter.
It doesn't need to be the cat. His clothes are enough.
Don't worry, you won't be bothered anymore. We're getting rid of it.
At last you listen to me.
I'm not doing it for you. That's all in your mind. All of it. I'm doing it because I'm sick of seeing the cat eat all of our food.
But that's not true. I only give him bones and scraps.
Don't you tell me. He gets fatter every day. The darn cat looks better than any of us. Out she goes tonight.
No. No.
Mr. Van Dyne, you can't do that. That's Peter's cat. Peter loves that cat.
Anna.
If he goes, I go.
Go.
You're not going and the cat's not going. Now please, this is Hanukkah. Hanukkah! A time for celebration. What's the matter with all of you? Come on, Annika, let's have the song.
I think we should first blow out the candles. That way we have something for tomorrow night.
But, Father, you're supposed to let some buns themselves out.
I'm sure God understands shortages. Praised be thou, O Lord our God, who has sustained us and permitted us celebrate this joyous festival. Amen.
Amen.
Oh, heaven almighty. Do you hear anything?
No. I think they've gone.
It's the Green Police. They found us.
They would have been up here by now.
I know it's the Green Police. They've gone to get help, that's all. They'll be back.
Or it may have been Gestapo looking for papers.
Or a thief looking for money.
We've got to do something. Quick, before they come back.
There isn't anything to do. Just wait.
Anna! Quick! Someone get some water, please! Get some water!
No one is going to run water.
If they found us, they found us. Get the water. I'm going down.
No, Father, there may be someone on there waiting. It may be a trap.
This is Saturday. There's no way for us to know what has happened until Meep or Mr. Crawler come Monday morning. We cannot live with this uncertainty.
Don't go, Father.
Anna, or Margaret, shh! Come close to me.
Shh. Pootie, where's the money? Quick, go upstairs. Get some money. I hear you can find the Green Police office so much ahead. Go upstairs, quick, get some money.
Keep still.
Do you want to be dragged off to a concentration camp? Are you going to stand there and wait for someone to come up and get you? Do something, I tell
Please,
you.
will you please keep still?
Where's Father? Someone wait! Father, come back!
I'll go.
Haven't you done enough?
Mr. Van Dam, please get Father!
It's quiet.
I lift mine eyes into the mountains. Whence cometh my help? Help cometh from the Lord, who made heaven and earth, and that suffers thy foot to be moved.
It was a thief. The noise must have scared him away.
Thank God.
He took the cash box and the radio. He ran away in such a hurry, he didn't stop to shut the street door. I think it'd be good if we had some light.
You sure it's all right?
The danger has passed. Don't be so terrified, Anna.
Who says the danger has passed? Don't you realize we are in greater danger than ever?
Mr. Dussel, will you be quiet?
Thanks to this clumsy fool, now someone knows we're up here. Someone now knows we're up here hiding.
Someone knows we're here, yes. But who is the someone? A thief. Do you think a thief is going to go to the Green Police and say I was robbing a place the other night and I heard a noise up over my head? Do you think a thief is going to do that?
Yes, I think he will.
You're crazy!
I think one day he'll be caught, and he'll make a bargain with the Green Police. If they let them off, then they'll tell him where some Jews are hiding.
He's right.
Father, let's get out of here.
Go.
We can't stay here now. Let's go.
Go. There.
Yes. Where?
Have we lost all faith? All courage? A moment ago we thought they'd come for us. We were sure it was the end. But it wasn't the end. We are alive. Safe. We thank thee, O God, that in thy infinite mercy thou hast again seen fit to spare us. Come on, Nana. The song. Let's have the song.
Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, this sweet celebration. Around the feast we gather in complete jubilation. Happiest of seasons now is here. Many other reasons for good cheer. Together, whatever tomorrow may bring. So hear us rejoicing and merrily voicing the Hanukkah songs that we sing. Hear us rejoicing and merrily voicing the Hanukkah songs that we sing.
There will now be a 15-minute intermission.